Hi everyone. Here I am. I'm finding that if I turn my camera on, even if I'm not, I can use my camera for more than just videotaping, for more than just because more than just videoing, making a film, but I can use it to like right now I'm thinking about where I want to go with this, and I'm thinking that I might always want cloud cover over the entire Eiffel Tower. And so I can look at it, I'm looking at it from this direction, but I can look up at my screen then and I can see what my camera is seeing, and I see even so much more that way by what my camera is seeing. And so that is interesting. I'm gonna get my other tool here. I'm gonna try this one. And yeah, let me try that one. And so yeah, but then I want to tell you also about this. I don't know if many of you do wool felting and have poked your fingers with the needle, which I have poked my fingers with a needle. So one of the much needed tools in my sewing box is Band-Aids. But I got this tool to try, and this is the tool. See how I can just hold this where normally I would put my fingers, and look at this, you can just felt right through it. It's just a whole bunch of little wires. It looks like a little yard rake. If you have a real little yard, you could use that. And but this is something that I think is amazing. It is amazing, this is. And I do think I'm going to like the look of my my cloud cover. I think I'm going to be putting cloud cover over what I'm calling cloud cover over a lot of this, because I want to take this idea right here and sweep it across the whole thing like this, like a sweep of this sort of art here. There's beads, there's ribbon, there's lace here. I got a Dorset button there, French knots, but I want to do something like that. Like I want this to come down over this wool, over, and like down, and maybe end up down here where I've got some just felt circles stitched on there. Maybe that's what everything on this is, a maybe, because I don't know. And see here now I got a little bit of that also. This is some fringe, but the main reason I wanted to show you this. If you are into wool felting, this here needs to be in your arsenal of tools, because it just saves your fingers. But it doesn't only save your fingers. When you use a felting mat like this, you end up with a lot of wool, of the roving fibers. The wool fibers get all up there in your mat, and this also helps pull them fibers out of your mat. On this end, it's got brushes, like brushes, and so then you use those brushes to further take more fibers out of your mat. And it just kind of, well, I've used this mat for a couple years. I've had this for a few years, actually. And but this just helps pull those extra fibers out, so it just doesn't get completely filled up. So I just cleaned this mat just a little a couple days ago, so there's not that much in there right now. But it's a wool buddy, they call these mats. So anyway, that's really what I wanted to show you, is just this. It will also blend too, if you're blending fibers together, which usually what I do in my blending is I just, if I'm blending two colors together, I'll take a piece of one color and then a piece of a second color and put them together, but then just pull them apart, put them back together, pull them apart, and put them back together. And just keep doing that until they're blended enough to where you want them. That's how I blend my colors together if I want them blended. And see that how it blends it together, the two colors. And so that's really pretty. I wonder if I want any of that color in here somewhere. Maybe I would want some of that color in here somewhere. I never know what I'm going to do. I never, ever know what I'm going to do. But maybe I want some of that color put in here for some reason. I don't know even what the reason could possibly be. But after I just now put that together without thinking about it, I kind of like that. So, but yeah, this, now normally I would hold that down where I want it with my fingers and just, and I got finger protectors, but this is better than finger protectors. This, you can, this is good. This is, once you get it in there pretty good, then and you don't need to hold it anymore when you're doing it this way. But see, actually I kind of like that color in here. I think I am going to go with that color in here. It almost looks like a little bit of a sunset, doesn't it? It does kind of look like a sunset in there. So any place you would want to hold your wool, your wool roving is some. I like that. I'm glad I tried that because I like that color. And if I do it down in here, across here, kind of looks like a sunset. Not that I'm trying to even make any kind of a theme-ish thing out of this. It's all going to be a mixture of a lot. And but I got a lot of different things I have on my desk that I'm working on a little bit here and there. This little guy, he needs more work too. And so I want to work on him because here, I haven't done anything with this extra arm, with his arm. He's kind of flat. He's one of my dolls, but he's all made out of felt. He's got a little felt in him everywhere, and other things too, but mostly his felt. But I need to work on that. And then I'm working on this. I've got it off of the Oops, it's stuck in my sewing machine thread. I have it off of the loom, but I got a lot more work to do on it. And that was my weave. But I got a lot more to do it because I'm going to hide all of these threads in here. And then I had a suggestion in my comments about adding, I've been making flowers too lately, and that maybe I could add a flower here or there on my weave, and that would be pretty. And I thought, you know, that's a good idea. I think I would like that. And I think this turned out, I like it a lot, actually, what turned out here. I have, let me see something here. Oh, look at this. Look at this hat. Somebody made me these hats, and I can't remember who sent me this box with these hats. And I went through, I was looking for, I was looking through some of my old videos to see if I could find where this one is, because I know it's been a few years ago, and so I could see who made it. I love this one right here. Now see, this one really wouldn't go. This one might. Look how beautiful these hats are. And now I don't even remember who made them for me. They're so beautiful. And the box. Look at that. There was more than this in here, because I think there was 6 of them, and I used this one here. I love that one. I mean, I love them all. But as far as matching this, gosh, you know what? Okay, I got to put you away. You're going to be worked on a little bit more later. Put you over there. But boy, even if I was to have something like that, even put in this, oh my gosh. I mean, this is something I would put on toward the end. I would have to really get most of my needle felting done first. But what if I had that up in there? All up in there. Somehow. And oh, I never know. You know, now that I look at this, I get even more ideas. Oh, more ideas. I love ideas. I love ideas. Give me all your all's ideas. When you see me do something, give me your ideas of what else I can do. But this is called the Needle Felting Claw and Mat Cleaner. And this is a 3-in-1 assisting tool made by Clover, but it works perfectly. I mean, this is going to save my fingers. My fingers are so happy that I bought this. So happy. I'll put a link to this too, where I got it on Amazon. And but I love it. I think that is great. That is going to save my fingers, because I just poke my fingers. Okay, now I will read something. Let me see. Where should I go? Toward the beginning of the book? Toward the end of the book? Let me see. Where will a message be that I need to hear? Am I going to read the left side or the right side? I think I'll use the right side of the page right here. Words of comfort. Well, let's go to the left side, since the right side said words of comfort. Okay, now. Oh, let me get my glasses. My darling little one here. It holds my glasses. He needs more work too, but he sits there, waits, just like with all the other stuff. Okay, it's a wonderful world. In spite of the fact that we complain and lament and view this old world as much discontent, deploring conditions and grumbling because there's so much injustice and so many flaws, it's a wonderful world, and it's people like you who make it that way by the things that they do. for a warm, ready smile, or a kind, thoughtful deed, or a hand outstretched in an hour of need can change our whole outlook and make the world bright, where a minute before just nothing seemed right. It's a wonderful world, and it always will be if we keep our eyes open and focus to see the wonderful things that we are capable of when we open our hearts to God and His love. That is very good to read. You know, so many people say that, talk about how this world is, we're at the end times because there's so much bad in the world. But actually, if you look between the cracks of bad, there is so much good as well. But see, the news people, they don't tell us a lot about good. They tell us about the bad. And like, I don't watch the news, but like this morning when I turned my computer on, it'll show all the headlines of things on Yahoo News about, and I was going through and reading just the headlines of each of the little articles, and every one of them is bad, every one of them. But then you got to think about, put all the bad aside. There is bad, and we got to pray for all that to make things heal and get better. But there is so much good. There is so much good. And if all we do is concentrate on the bad, it's going to drag you right down into the pits of badness or whatever along with it. But we don't have to do that. We can think about the good. We can think about how the flowers bloom in the spring. You know, we can think about the beautiful smell of coffee and bacon frying in the morning. There's so much good. And there, like right now, there is a lot of homeless people or houseless or roofless people. They don't have a roof over their heads. And there is, and that is sad. But then you think about all the people that is trying their best to help these people that are without a house to live in. You think about, there's so many that are out there. I mean, simple people, not thinking about the government groups or something, because there's not a lot that government is doing to help the homeless, but there's private people, private sectors, private, maybe it might be a church group or just an individual husband and wife that are out there seeking out people who are homeless and trying their best to help them. And if you think about all the good that there is, when you think about like St. Jude's Hospital that takes care of children that I said that because I said St. Jude's because I just got a mailing from them. They sent me a little pad of paper, so cute, and some little they don't have my last name spelled right, but that's okay, I don't mind. But I sent them a check for $5. $5 is not a lot of money, but it won't hurt me at all. But if many people send $5, it all adds up in their piggy bank so they can help more. But there are many people that will do like that, and a lot of them that will send even more than that. And so if we focus on the good in the world and try not to rate everybody in the world by stereotyping or something, thinking about everybody in the world being the same as the bad, because they're not. There's bad and there's good, and that's why we have choices. We have choices. We have choices of doing something bad or doing something good. And I know I would rather do something good, because nothing good comes out of doing something bad. So I don't know. My dad used to tell us kids that God has got he's got a book, and your name is, everybody's got a page in the book, and there's a column for good and a column for bad. So if you did something bad, you're going to get a check mark on that bad list. If you did something good, you're going to get a check mark on that good list. And so I've always kind of, you know, your parents can say something to you as you're growing up, and it kind of sticks right there in your mind, and it doesn't ever go away. And I have thought about my list so many times. I've thought about my list in hoping that I have more check marks on the good side than on the bad. And so but I love how parents or somebody can just tell you something and it just sticks with you. I think about my grandson. He's not 15 years old, but when he was about 4 years old, 4 or 5, he was going to school down here at the church school down here, and I don't remember if he was in preschool or kindergarten at the time, but he come home one day and he said, we figured out where heaven is. And I said, well, good, let me know where it is, because I'm always confused as where it is. And he says it's on Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet, and it's the shiniest planet. It's got rings around, and so all the good people, heaven is inside of Jupiter. So everybody that goes to heaven goes inside of Jupiter, and if they want to get some fresh air, they can go out and sit on the rings, and they can wag their feet under them as they're watching all of us down here on the earth. And he said if they fall off, they might fall off, but it's okay because they got wings and they can just fly back up and sit on those rings. And that is something that has stuck with me. You know, if you ask people, anybody, where is this heaven place? Some people say heaven is right here on earth. Some people say, well, you just have to have faith and believe. Well, I'm going on with that Jupiter. I'm going with Jupiter. That's where I want to go. I'll go to Jupiter. But anyhow, sometimes those things just kind of gather up in your head. And here, this was almost going to be really short. And now it's already 23 minutes. But yes, I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to carry on with playing and drinking my coffee and thinking about what life has to offer me good, or what I have to offer life that might be good. But I like this here. I'm going to go across with this. I'm going to go right across with this. And see, there's some green I already had in there. And then I'll put this. I think as I blend wool, this whole thing might be covered with wool when I'm finished. I mean, covered with wool, and then over the wool, then other things. So I'm curious to see how it'll turn out, because I think it'll turn out pretty doggone good. I'm wondering if I could actually put some kind of a carousel right under here somehow, because under the Eiffel Tower is a carousel in real life. Okay, I haven't been there, but I've taken other people's word for it. Okay, God bless and keep you all. May He keep you safe and secure, happy and healthy and humble. And I will see you on the next video. And you always know that God watches every step you take, every move you make. And life is good. God bless you all, and I'll see you on the next video.